think that sounds better. Gen X, Generation X. I think everything was always better
Okay.
without
Okay, it's fine.
it.
It's fine.
All right. Today,
Gucci, Fendi, Gucci.
all right. Welcome back to another episode of the Generational Gap Unfiltered. Yeah, another day with Osa for her to give us her perspective on Gen Z.
Gen Z, as if it's a contagious disease.
Uh, no, that's how it's called, isn't it? Gen Z.
Oh,
Gen Z. Why the Gen X? I think that sounds better. Gen X. Generation X. I think everything was always better
okay.
without
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Today I have a discussion that I would like us to elaborate. It has to do with upbringing. So, um, did Gen X have to be hardworking because of their environment or because of their upbringing? My generation, do you think we had to be hardworking because of our upbringing or environment?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Like we said before, it kind of basically is like the same thing as we said earlier. There's different struggles. The struggles that you have and the struggles that I have are naturally going to be different. So I feel like your upbringing was hard work. It was peak because of your environment. Because it's not like you can just go to school for free. You can get food for free at school. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was no Rashford paying for your free school meals. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously, it's going to be harder.
I think my upbringing and environment was a huge factor of why we had to be hardworking. Because in summary, it's like that's all we ever know. Because like you said, yeah, there are a lot of things that we're not privileged to have. A lot of things we had to struggle to have. We had to struggle to earn, struggle to even benefit of. Everything was survivor. It was survivor, and in order to gain any little comfort, there was a huge uh, period of survivor and struggle. But I think those hard those hard work that came from upbringing and environment. My question about that is: are Gen Z benefiting from that hard work, especially the ones from an African household?
We benefit from it. There's pros and cons to it, as it is for everyone, for everything. You know what I'm saying? There's always pros and cons. I think the pros of it is that your parents will always have a drive for better. Do you know what I mean? And they'll always be on to you to make sure you're doing what you need to do, getting where you need to go and stuff. I think the cons of it is that there's now like a dark cloud of expectation above your head, and I feel like sometimes a lot of parents try to live their ideal life through their children, even though that's not their destiny or their children's destiny, because they're so fixated on, but I had to do this and I had to do this and I had to do this. Respectfully, so stop putting your trauma and your experience and making it as if it's now up to your child to make up for it. It's not. It's not for your child to make up for it. It's for you to make sure that your child doesn't have to go through that because you know how it felt. Do you know what I mean? And it's like there's no one to blame for where you can't blame someone for where you're born in it. So a lot of these parents, like now, you being brought up in Nigeria, you can't be blamed for that. And you also can't be blamed for the struggle you went through, because at the end of the day, grandma went through that same struggle as well. And the great grandma went through that, you know what I'm saying? But if you've now chosen to have a child in the UK and still have your traditional values, which is absolutely what you should do anyway, you can't take the problems from back home and bring it to your child. It doesn't make sense to me. The child wasn't there when you had to do that. Your child didn't make it so it had to be this way. So for you to now put a dark expectation above your child and say, yeah, that's what makes it hard for us. That's what now makes life harder for us, because now we're thinking, oh, I don't want to get. And we spoke about this where I said that a lot of parents are so fixated on, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, and you're used to us looking at you and going, oh, like just sighing and puffing and huffing, because, like I said before, we know that in the future, I'm gonna work so hard that I'm gonna retire my mum and dad. But parents don't seem to think that, because maybe it's not happening at the pace they want, and maybe it's not happening how they want it to happen. Maybe it's not happening where they want it to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it now makes upbringing so difficult, because of that expectation. It's like now I'm obliged to do what you want me to do. I'm obliged to do this certain career path because you didn't get to, and you're busy coming to tell me that when you were younger, you had to walk through the absolute trenches to go and collect water, which is okay.
Gucci, Fendi,